All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and welcome to the session number 124 of Radisys SoundBytes Club. First of all, apologies. I would have loved to join in person from the room as well, but I had to work from home due to some reason. Nevertheless, so nice to see at least so many of you in person available there in the room. And as a SAR, I'll be performing the SAR role as well. Let me quickly tell the basic ground rules. We refrain from talking about sex, politics, or religion. Another ground rule is that please mute yourself unless and until you are actively speaking. And it's a huge recommendation. Please do turn on your cameras so that we have a better lively interaction. And of course, you'll get a better benefit from the Toastmasters also if you turn on your video camera. Right. So nice to see so many of the smiling faces. Thanks for turning on the camera. And without further ado, I would like to pass on to myself as president. As a president, yes, welcome once again to the session 124. So nice to see all of you. And of course, today's session is all about sports. So today's session has been about sports. You would have got an idea from the poster if you have already seen that. It's called Global Sporting Tapestry, Uniting Nations Through Sports. So let me ask you this quick question. Any idea what tapestry means? Any
Um,
idea?
a piece of intricately woven clothing, which is
Yes,
used as wall decoration.
that is perfect. That's almost like ChatGPT good. Well done, Saurabh, unless you have asked or Googled it. Yes, it is like a piece of woven cloth. So it's kind of like a metaphor that I'm using here as a global sporting tapestry and uniting nations through sports. I strongly believe sports is something through which all the nations are united, but of course you can argue that that's where nations are divided also. You have a lot of fights happening on sports, but if it is taken in the good sportsman spirit, yes, it's all about uniting the entire nation and country also worldwide through the world of sports. Before delving more into the world of sports, let me tell namaste to the world of sports. Welcome, everyone. And just as India's diverse culture weaves a colorful tapestry, so does the world of sports bring nations together on a shared platform of competition and camaraderie. So, with that, we can move on to today's agenda. In today's agenda, we have three segments. One is the prepared speech segment, where we have a speaker, Toastmaster Saurabha, is gonna attempt her L2 speech today. Followed by we'll be having the table topics segment, where of course all of you should try your hands on the table topics. And finally, it will be followed by the evaluations. That is the agenda for today. Now, as we do not have a general evaluator, I'll be quickly moving on through our tag team for today as well. Starting with the tag team for today, we have timer Mokshat with us to help us with the timings of today's session. Mokshat, over to you. Could you quickly explain your role as a timer?
Yeah, sure, sure. Thank you. So, so my role as a timer is to like monitoring time during prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. At the end of the meeting, I will report the times of each participants. This will let you know like if you have delivered your presentation within the allotted time frame. So let me just explain the time rules and all. So for prepared speeches, so at time of 5 minutes, I'll show green light. Can I use the cards right? Yeah, I'll show the green the card. For 6 minutes, I'll show yellow card, and at 7 minutes, I will show the red. So which will I'll keep it until the speaker finishes the speech. And for evaluations, uh, at 2 minutes, I will show green, and at 2.5 minutes, I'll show yellow, and at 3 minutes, I'll show the red until the speaker finishes the speech. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Mokshit, for explaining your role. And quickly to tell about table topics. Table topics also, it is 1 to 2 minutes, where at 1 minute it will be shown green, 1.5 minutes it will be yellow, and 2 minutes will be red. That's okay. Thank you. Thanks for showing the signs as well. Now, quickly moving on to the next tag team for today, we have our counter Sumant with us. Sumant, could you quickly explain your role as our counter? Over to you.
Yeah, so thank you, Sharat. My role as a counter is to note and keep track of words and sounds used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. The use of inappropriate interjunctions such as and, well, but, so, like, as well as sounds like will be met with an audible click. I will note any uses of crutch or filler words mentioned. So this is just a brief of my role. And thank you, Sharat.
Yeah, thank you. Now, I would like to quickly request Chitra, who is the evaluator for today, to explain your role as evaluator. Chitra, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharat. So my role as the evaluator today is to evaluate Toastmaster Sonic's L2P2 speech. Her part is So Toastmaster Saurabha will be delivering her understanding your communication style speech. So the purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify their primary communication style. And then also to highlight what is the impact of their style on others. So I will be evaluating Toastmaster Saurabha's speech and would be providing my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarba, as Toastmaster Chitra, for explaining your role. Now, coming back to today's theme of sports. Uh, as we embark, so first is setting the pace. We'll start with India. What I'm planning to do today is move on to some different countries and see what are the various sports that is popular in those countries. Of course, I'd like to start with India. uh, I'm sure all of you know that though our national sport is hockey, the most popular sport in our country is, any guesses? Cricket, of course. Yeah, the most popular is cricket, of course. As we embark on this journey exploring the passions of nations, let's kick off with India, where cricket, it isn't just a sport but a way of life. From gully cricket to packed stadiums during IPL matches, cricket fever runs deep in every Indian's veins. So, all of you following IPL this time? I am not so much. But let's see, Salah Cup Namde. But I don't know how much. What are the chances of that happening? So how many of you following IPL this time? Nobody?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I see the hands raised. I think some network issue at my side. Yeah, nice to see that. Of course, as you can see in the IPL itself, how it unites nations, right? It unites the entire country. For example, just to say in RCB, we have Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli is representing Karnataka, Bangalore. But where is he actually from? He's from Delhi, right? Yeah, so that itself shows a way of unity through the cricket. Of course, you might have fights happening in the stadium, etc. If you take it in the right sportsman spirit, it's all fun, right? Now, with that, we can move on to the first and the most important segment for today, the prepared speech. We have Toastmaster Saurabha attempting her L2P2 speech. To introduce her in her own words, she likes singing and long nature walks. She follows tennis and play table tennis. Here is Saurabha. The impossible, or is it possible? The impossible, or is it possible, Saurabha?
What is the most happening thing in Bangalore right now? What are people talking about these days? When you come to office, what do you say? Like the weather. Exactly. It's summer. It's too hot to go outside. That was last week. But now that it is raining, we are so happy that it started raining. But we are worried about the waterlogged roads and how to come to office, and it's too much traffic. So that's what goes on in the minds in the current times, right? When it is rain, it's either the weather or the traffic. But I want you all to come back in time with me to a time when there was no traffic and probably no cars either. Because today I'm going to be telling you a story of um, Akbar Birbal, our most favorite childhood stories, right? So it was rainy season and the weather was absolutely pleasant and the environment was green, green and green everywhere. All the trees teeming with life, the grass grown to such a beautiful height, and then the water droplets sitting on them in perfect spots and shining like pearls and diamonds. That's how beautiful the nature looked. And Akbar went for his beautiful evening walk and he just looked at the weather and the environment. He was so, so happy, the surrounding. But he saw one thing that was out of place. That was his horse, which was in chocolate color. Now, don't ask me whether he knew that chocolate existed or not, because I don't think it existed. But let's just assume that he thought that the horse was in chocolate color. He saw that the horse was out of place and he wanted to change it. So the next day in court, he told his ministers and everyone present in the court, I see that the environment outside is so, so beautiful and everything is in perfect, lively green color. And my horse is the only thing out of place. So I need a green color horse as soon as possible. I do not know how you're going to get it. I need a green color horse. His prime minister stands up and he says, Jahapana, while I do understand that you are a bit disturbed by the color of your horse, that it is chocolate in color, but getting a green horse is not a possibility. There is certainly no way you can get a green horse unless you paint it green. I can get you a black color horse or a white color one or a cream color one or any mixed color combination that you can ask for. I can get it directly from Arabia, the best quality Arabian horses, but I can certainly not get you a green horse. That's what the prime minister says, and he sits down in his place. Jahapana says, I do not know how you're going to do it, but I need a green color horse. And he looks at Birbal, and so does the rest of the court. Birbal stands up and says, okay, I do see the desire that you want to get a green color horse. Give me 7 days of time, and I will make sure that you will have a green color horse with you. Apana agrees, and 7 days pass by. Everybody is observing Birbal. He is just doing his everyday things. He's, taking his dog for a walk, probably. I don't know what he was doing. He was just doing some normal, mundane activities of a court minister. And 7 days pass by, and it is the court again. Everybody sitting in their places. And Jahapana says, where is the horse? And everybody's head turns towards Birbal, and Birbal gets up from his place and says, Jahapana, I have found the horse, but because the horse is so special, the seller wants you to come and personally take the horse by yourself. If you agree to that condition, I will tell you where you can find the horse. Of course, Akbar doesn't have any option and he says yes and asks where the seller is. Okay, because the horse is so special, the seller says that you have to go get it on a very special day, and the day has to be a day that is neither Sunday nor Monday nor Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Saturday. Other than these days, if you find any day, you can definitely go get it, says the seller. Do you agree to that? Asks Birbal. Akbar just stands there with awe, seeing how brilliant Birbal is and how difficult it is to fool him or defeat him with words. So, is it impossible or is it possible? Sometimes it happens so in life that there are impossible things. While every one of us likes to think that any challenge that is there is you can overcome it and you can cross it, something like that. But sometimes there are impossible things, and the solution to that is to look at it in a different perspective. You do not have to, jump over the challenge. You do not have to break it. You can sometimes, take a different path, and that's how you find the solution. Maybe sometimes for the impossible problem itself, is the solution, and that's how I like to look at some problems in life. So by this story, I try to represent different kinds of speakers. Okay, first type of speaker is a direct communicator. The communicator is result oriented, focused, and competitive, and the only goal of this communication is getting the result. Would anybody of you like to guess who this communicator is out of the story's characters? There were three characters to remind you.
The second character.
Akbar, Prime Minister, and Birbal. There were three characters.
Akbar?
Correct. Akbar himself is the result oriented. I don't know what you're going to do, but this is my requirements and I need it. That's all. No explanations, no embellishments, nothing. Directly to the point. And there is a second kind of speaker that is supportive. So the supportive speaker is very patient, cooperative, and he tries to convey his point very gently and try to convince everyone and explain the reality. Who do you think this kind of speaker is?
The minister.
Yes, exactly. That's the minister. Minister makes sure to understand the Jahanpana's problem properly and tries to convey that to it proper that, okay, this is not a possibility. Okay. And then there is third kind of speaker, that is analytical. Analytical speaker is someone who is cautious, precise, and decisive. And he tries to, he also sometimes tends to be manipulative. He tries to impress people with his words, and he is very, very diplomatic. Who do you think this kind of speaker is? Of course, the one and only option left, that is Birbal, right? So, other than these three communication styles, there's also the fourth one, that is initiating. So, the initiating speaker is someone who is sociable, enthusiastic, spontaneous, and fun-loving. They tend to be very cheerful and curious in nature, but sometimes they come across as very talkative, a bit fast, and a bit more over-enthusiastic to the people in the surrounding. So, any guesses who that is?
You.
Yeah, exactly. That's me. That's me. The one who is, very excited about going back in time and discovering chocolates in 16th century or whatever. So that is me. So there are four kinds of speaker to sum it up. There is direct, analytical, supportive, and initiating. Different communication styles are appropriate in different situations. So if you are expert with communication, you can use it accordingly. Or you can make sure that to know your audience better and use the communication style accordingly. But I'd like to state that the most important part of the communication is that your audience understands what you're trying to say, and whatever you are trying to say is unambiguous. If those factors are met, of course, any communication style is just perfect. With that, I'd like to end my speech. Thank you.
Oh, kudos, Saurabha, and congrats on your completion of L2P2 speech. That was such a nice story. Through you presented it through a nice story, and thank you for taking us back to our childhood memories of Akbar and Birbal. Just on a funny note, I was thinking when you said Jahapana, the first thing that came to my mind was Jahapana Tusi Greato. I was thinking in Akbar's, if that would have happened, he would have beheaded the minister then and there. Thank God that didn't happen. Anyways, a great speech. And before coming back to the theme for today, I'm actually put under pressure by our evaluator for today because apparently she is under pressure. So her Akbar needs something. So the minister or the Birbal has to go. So without further ado, just to break from the agenda, can I request evaluator Chitra to present your evaluation for Saurabha's speech? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad. Sorry for disrupting the flow of the meeting, but my boss is calling me constantly, so I have to go. So let me begin at the right at the beginning. Toastmaster Saurabha, the title of your speech itself was so intriguing and interesting. The impossible, or is it possible? I think communication is something that makes can make any bad communication can destroy simple and easy things, and good communication can fix world problems, be it Gaza or Pakistan, I guess, right? So it was an extremely interesting topic to start with. Now, and you started with a very simple question which connected everybody in the audience, and it was an easy question to answer, and it got all of us hooked. So it was a very great beginning, right? And I think what I like the most about the speech, of course, we all know Saurabh is an extremely confident speaker, and it's very pleasant to hear her, be it her voice modulation or the way she always has a smile on her face. But I mean, the color of the horse is what really, really hooked me on. I mean, you could say brown color horse, right? But she chose to say chocolate and then kept on bringing that humor throughout the speech, and how she connected it back to her own speaking style was something that really kind of extremely impressive. And it that was my takeaway from the speech, because it was an extremely creative way of uh, taking your speech. I mean, I think throughout the speech, I was kind of waiting for what is the connection between this speech and what is the objective. It is a communication style, right? But you brought it all back together very beautifully, Saurabh. So congratulations on that. A couple of things that you could improve on. One of them, I don't know if it is because of this hybrid mode. You were constantly looking at the monitor, then looking at us. So it was confusing whether you're looking at the notes or so maybe that could be adapted a little better. And then, as usual, I think this is every time I tell you, although there were a lot of places where you pause nicely, slow down a little bit more so that there is more impact during jokes and whenever you're making any important points, right? Like you could probably use your hands to give some taram or something and pace according to that. I don't know. So yeah, that those were the two things that I would say you could work on. Otherwise, it was a great speech all in all, and congratulations. Uh, and maybe wrap up the story a little sooner so that you can explain the various communication styles a little bit more elaborately. Other than that, the speech itself was and it was very creative and gave all of us ideas about various communication styles. So congratulations. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chitra, for the very detailed evaluations. And with that, we can come back to today's theme. Of course, in the coming back to sports, we initially started with India. Now, I would like to move on to Brazil. Any guesses on what is the popular sports in Brazil? Anybody?
Football.
Football. Yes. Who said that?
Listen.
Ah, Prasang. Yeah. Hi. Hi, Prasang. Nice to see you on the call. Yes, absolutely. The answer is football. So, breaking boundaries, Brazil's football frenzy. Now, as we transition, let's delve into Brazil, where the rhythmic beats of samba meet the graceful moves on the football pitch. Brazil's love for football isn't just about the sport, it's about the passion, flair, and a celebration of life itself. And to tell about myself, I used to support Brazil all the time whenever I watch World Cup. I only watch World Cup football. I do not watch any of the club matches. But whenever I do watch the World Cup, I always remember, I always support Brazil. And some of the famous, I mean, some of the fond memories of football from childhood from me has come from Brazil, whether it is Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Roberto Carlos kick, etc. So I've always admired Brazil. And then one another interesting factor is when it comes to India, that's the diverse culture, right? There are certain states where football actually is more popular than cricket. So the two states that is famous when it comes to football is West Bengal and Kerala. These are the two states where football is celebrated much more than cricket. And now with that, I wanted to cover one more country, which is Canada. Any guess on Canada's popular sport? This is going to be a tough one, unless you
Ice
Google.
hockey.
Wow. Yes, that is good. I thought my knowledge is bad. I think everybody knows. I didn't know that it was ice hockey. Yes, absolutely goes with the weather of the country as well. Most of the time it is cold. Moving along, so it's on thin ice, Canada's hockey heritage. Let's explore Canada, where frozen ponds transform into battlegrounds of ice hockey. For Canadians, hockey isn't just a sport, it's a testament to their resilience, teamwork, and enduring love for the great outdoors. This also reminds me of in Karnataka itself, there is a place called Coorg or Madikeri, where the hockey is more popular than cricket and football. In fact, very recently it had come in the newspapers also. They broke a Guinness World Record on the maximum family gathering for a hockey tournament. That happened very recently, and of course, from our team, if you know Mr. Girish, he had participated in that. He and his son. It's a proud thing for us to say as well. Now, with that, we can move on to the next segment that most of you would have been eagerly waiting for, the table topic segment. So we have Toastmaster Harshita as the table topic master today. In her words, she's passionate towards art and crafts, interested in drawing and painting. She spends her leisure time in reading books, and her favorite sport is badminton. Wow, that's nice to know. With that, over to you, table topic master Harshita, to take this forward.
Yeah, thank you, Sharat. Um, for today, I'm with the table topic master, and it's very long time that we had a debate in our Toastmasters meeting. So I just came up with the debate theme. Let's make the table topics theme environment red hot. I will share my screen. Uh, Let me know if my screen is visible for you.
Yes, I can see the screen.
Yeah. Mhm. I will be, after choosing the topics, the volunteers can decide if they are either supporting the topic or against the topic, and they can speak. Any volunteer to choose the topic between this slide number 3 to 8? Any number we can choose.
So you need two people or just
No,
one person?
one
One.
person here right now.
Okay, got it.
But
Got
they
it.
should
Yeah.
speak either on
Supporting or
supporting
against?
or against. Yes.
Okay, clear. Yeah. Yes, let's have the volunteers. I think Shwet, would you like to try it? I saw you're one of the first ones to join. Wanna give it a
Sure.
shot?
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, sure.
let
You can choose any number between 3 to 8. I will be
uh,
revealing that one, the topic
okay,
name.
let me choose 3. Yeah, I choose 3.
3, yeah?
3,
Is
yeah.
it 3? Okay.
Yes.
Our table topic theme is robots should replace teaching. I repeat, robots should replace teaching.
I will be speaking against that.
Yeah, please proceed.
I my view is that robots are still not evolved enough to teach. Like just teaching is not just about teaching the concepts, concepts related to a topic or just something. Sometimes it's also about the emotions, the interactions, more about human, what we call being a human. And it's not just in like in arts class. I'm talking about arts class or anything else. Like and in science class also, the way a human teacher and human teacher can explain. It's like we already have Chat GPT. You can ask anything you want. It will give you the answers. It will be more if we talk in today terms. If a robot tries to teach some topic, it will be in that way only. It will just answer what you want. It will not answer anything beyond what you want. So teaching is is still a human thing. It's about uh, trying to process what would be beneficial to the students that we are teaching. Robot is still not able to, I don't think is still able to understand what's needs to be done in that area. And uh, also, there's one more thing. Like in today's terms, robots don't have enough processing power also to think or process the ideas. Like if I ask something complex out of the topic, anything like else like that, robots don't have enough processing power to come up with an answer fast enough to interact in real time with a human. So, uh, and yeah, actually, that will be it for me.
Yeah, are you done, Shwet?
Yes,
Yeah, and thank you for coming up with the cons of the robots should replace teaching. You expressed your different views against it. Thank you. Any other volunteer, please? Topics between 4 to 7 are available.
I can go next.
Yes,
I would pick
Shiv
six.
Prasang, you can
Yeah,
choose 6 is your number, right?
right.
Yeah. Yeah, this is your topic. Should schools eliminate dress codes? I repeat, should schools eliminate dress codes?
I will speak in the favor of this.
Yeah,
No, I will
please.
speak against. Yeah,
Okay, sure.
yeah, not to eliminate the race code. And the reason is that, like, especially, I'm not talking about the city, like where everybody is well versed with the money and to provide a different kind of clothes to their children. But especially in the rural areas, you see there's a lot of diversity in terms of wealth distribution. So not everybody has the equal amount of money. And then if there is no day school, there will be children coming in the fancy class, and there will be children not able to afford that. And when you are a child, right, you don't have a fully developed conscious mind. So you do compare yourself with others. And when you do that comparison, right, you feel bad that you're not having that thing, and I think that will have a very bad effect in the mind of the children, those who are not able to afford that, and they will feel like they are somehow less privileged or privileged in the classes. And when you see two people who is one is kind of well dressed and one is not, subconsciously we favor the person who is well dressed. So there will be also discrimination from the teacher side between the students because one is not having the proper class and the other is having. So eliminating the dress code will bring a lot more, uh, you know, I think a disturbance to the school systems where a student will get busy in comparing themselves, trying to feel like they are less privileged. They start pulling themselves. They will start questioning their existence, like why this is happening with us. So surely by keeping the dress codes, what we make sure that at least during the school, within the schools, every students is having the same dress and they are not kind of no, being you can say discriminated between the based on their class, like everybody is wearing the same white t-shirt, a white shirt, and then the black pants, right? No matter how much money your parents have, and that's make them equal. And surely in a school everybody is equal no matter how much money your parents have. You are here in the school to learn, not to show much not to show that how much money your parents have. So surely keeping this code, maintain discipline in the class. And yeah, and it also put the boundary on what kind of clothes you can wear into the classroom, right? Because otherwise if you eliminate that dress code, maybe there will be a lot of conflict between the choice of a student and the choice of uh, the teachers. I mean, like, a student might wear something which is not appropriate for others, and there will be a lot of conflict. Yeah, that would be my take. Over to you.
Thank you, Prasang. You expressed your views based on the children perspective, also from their mindset, and as well how the discrimination will be maintained and how kids will be biased. Um, Thank you for expressing your views. For the still we have 4 more topics, like from 4, 5, 7, 8 are available. Any other volunteer to come up and choose the number? Yes.
I think you have the power, Harshita. You can choose.
Yeah, I'm able to see Sumant is. Are you okay to take up the topic, Sumant?
Yeah,
Uh,
Mokshat, you might have to unmute. I had muted you because there was some disturbance from the room.
No,
Yeah, Sumant, go
it's
ahead.
fine.
Mokshat or Sumant, anyone wants to try next?
That's good.
You want to try?
Yes, you can choose a number. 3 and 6 are done. 4, 5, 7, 8 are available.
4, 5, and 7, right?
7, 8. 7, 8.
Yeah, I would go with 7. Yeah, I will do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mokshat, your camera also, I think that's
Yes.
turned on. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Perfect.
topic is, are tracking devices necessary in student ID cards? I repeat, are tracking devices necessary in students' ID cards?
Okay. I would speak on behalf of this, not against.
Yeah, please proceed.
Okay. So yeah, like when we were students, then back then we didn't have such concept. But as of now, I think it's necessary uh, for the students for tracking devices in their ID cards because students most probably they started the bunk what we used to do were very less comparatively. Now it's too much now. And parents also like won't be able to know, like their parents will be thinking that they're at school, they are studying, but they will be roaming around, they'll be playing in grounds, most probably, and not even grounds now. Most of the days now they just go to cinemas, malls, and they put their time in some other things, uh, which is unnecessary nowadays. It should be more of education if they're going to, schools. So I think it should be there. And but one more thing, I would say that, and students would not be shouldn't be knowing about this, that it is there, or else it will be a problem again, because the students are like, the kids are very much smarter now, and they will do some of the things which will make that parents won't get to know also about it. So yeah, so if the device is there, but the students should not be knowing about it. So yeah, this is it. And I would like to end in this. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Mokshat, for expressing views how the children behavior would be there nowadays.
Yes.
Actually, I don't think that children are like over smart. They might be. They might know that if the tracking devices are there in their ID cards, they might know that because they are smart nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other volunteer? We have four, 3 more topics left. 4, 5, and 8.
I think Saurabha wants to go, right?
Yeah, sure, Saurabha, you
Yeah.
can go. You can choose any number between 4, 7, 4, 5, and 8.
4, 5 minutes. I go with 5.
You want to go with 5, right? I will reveal the
Yes.
topic. Yeah. Our topic is humans should invest in technology to explore and colonize other planets. I repeat, humans should invest in technology to explore and colonize other planets.
Yes, I'm totally for this topic, of course, because we have
Yeah.
crossed 7 billion people on Earth.
Please proceed.
And
Yeah.
am I audible?
Yes,
you are.
please
You are.
proceed.
You are.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Of course, we have crossed 7 billion people on planet Earth, and here in India, we are more than 1.4 billion people. We do certainly have a lack of resources when it comes to things like, for example, lithium that is used in batteries. It is available in very less number of countries. Say gold, you have to uh, mine two trek full of soil to get a gram of gold. So we have a lack of resource. We have a lot of people. And because of this, because of overconsumption, we are destroying forests. We are exploiting the nature. We are polluting everything. So the best way to decrease the resource consumption and increase the resource availability would be to colonize other planets and explore the space. This in turn would boost the economy because there would be a competition in who would reach to the next planet first. This would also create a lot of scope for people who are interested in science and research and technology. And this would lead to a lot of positive changes in the society in terms of how we could better preserve whatever resources are available on Earth, because we will eventually realize that it is not so easy to find another planet that is as good as Earth, which will in turn make us love our planet Earth more and realize and recognize its value and uh, utilize the resources more properly and preserve the beauty of the nature. Because even though we will probably eventually colonize other planets, thousands of years down the line in time, we might not be able to recreate the Earth with its all the natural beauty and the weather and all the beautiful things that comes with planet Earth. So it is the right thing to invest in technology and space exploration and at least dreaming of colonizing other planets and exploring the other habitats for our human species. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Saurabh. May our words come true that we preserve the resources on our planet and hope we get the resources from the other planet also. Thank you. Any other volunteer, please? Two more topics are available. 4 and 8.
Uh, Renuka, you want to give it a shot?
No, Sharad,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay. No problem.
No,
No
Sharad, I'm in
problem.
a bit of exclamations.
Okay. No
No,
problem.
can get
Sumant,
disturbed.
Sumant, you want to give it a try? There are only two. We can take one, and I can take one probably.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's try.
Yeah. 4 and 8 are available. You can take some.
Yeah,
Choose a
let me
number.
try, Shweta.
Yeah. Choose a number 4 or 8. Two are only available.
Number four.
And 8.
Okay.
No, four.
Yeah, I'll take 4. Okay.
4. Okay. Let me reveal the topic. Has social media improved people's relationships? I repeat, has social media improved people's relationships?
I'll speak for this topic.
Yeah, please proceed.
Yeah, so definitely social media has improved people's relationship because across the world people are located in different places, and especially through Facebook and WhatsApp, people are getting connected. And also nowadays we have so many social media platforms as well, like we have Snapchat and various other social media platforms. Through that, people's social media interaction is becoming more, I would say. And also through WhatsApp we have more advancements also with respect to the video calls and all those things. So social media has definitely improved people's relationships, and also it is something which is necessary for the countries, countries to have a good relationship as well, I would say. Because now we know the tensions that is going on between the countries. Definitely social media is something which will integrate people across the globe. And also someone who is sitting in a different place can, without any hesitation or without any sort of hurdles, can reach out to someone from other country. So in that way social media has definitely improved people's relationship, I would say. And in office also, like now if you have seen during COVID and all, like we have only been connecting through Teams, and we have been connecting through various other platforms. That is because of the social media and other things. Uh, and Instagram is also something which is very popular now. We have so many reels and all those things which is coming up newly. So that advancement is bringing people together. So this in turn has improved social media's people relationship. So that is my opinion on that.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you, Sumant. I just quoted different social media appliances like Instagram, Facebook, etc., where you mentioned how it improves people's relationships in different aspects.
Yeah.
Yeah, let this social media help in improving the people's relationships other than the social frauds and all. Yeah, thank you. Sharath, you are left with the topic 8.
Yeah, I don't have a choice. Yes,
Yes, yes.
let's go for it.
Let me reveal the topic. Are Jews doing more harm than good to the environment? I repeat, are Jews doing more harm than good to the environment?
I would like to agree with this statement. I believe that the zoos are doing actually more harm than good to the environment, because animals, they are supposed to be wild. We call them wild animals, right? They are supposed to roam freely. They should have their freedom. They need to enjoy their life also. It's not just for humans to enjoy viewing how they are playing inside the cage, whereas they are confined into the boundaries of the cage without any freedom. And of course they do not have a voice, right? They can't communicate or they can't speak. So we have to speak on behalf of them, and we need to I believe that it comes under animal cruelty when they are confined in shorter spaces, and then it goes against their nature. Like for example, there are people who might argue that a deer is more it is actually safe inside a cage because there's no predator going to attack the deer, but then there is no purpose for the deer's life. They say that it's a deer's nature that it should also try to survive, it should try to run, it should get its exercise, it should run in the open. The same thing is applicable for other animals as well. It is we should not go against the nature, whereas nowadays the whole world is talking about nature, environment, how we have to protect it, how we have to keep the wildlife as it is. And I believe that anything that comes to forest or wildlife, whenever there is human intervention, it always creates more trouble than which already is there. So that way I feel that the wildlife are good at the wild. We have to live at peace with them. We have to try to find a fine balance and harmony between human life and the wildlife. And that's how the way forward should be, and not the zoos. That's my 2 cents on that. Thank you. Over to you, Harshita.
Yeah, thanks, Sharath. Um, you just mentioned like we are not supporting the animals to live wild and to roam freely because we are exploiting our natural resources. Thereby, Jews came into picture nowadays. And the number of Jews, the count of Jews has been increased in the recent times along compared to a decade. In this decade, it's like more increased with the Jews number. Okay, thank you, Sharath. Thank you, everyone, for making this table topic theme successful. Over to you, Sharath.
Thank you so much, table topic master Harshita. Nice to see a different flavor. That's one of the strong points of SoundBytes Club. I would say that we always come up with the innovative table topic segments. It's been some time since I've seen a debate come into picture. So thank you for bringing that flavor to the table today, table topic master Harshita. Now, quickly coming back to today's theme of sports tapestry, I would like to move on to the next country, and this country is known as the land of rising sun. Any guess what country am I
Japan.
talking
Japan.
about?
Japan.
Japan. Yes, people are pretty good. I didn't know these things. Okay, perfect. And then coming to the next question. So, what is the popular sport there in Japan? Any guess?
Baseball. Baseball.
No, actually, Japan is famous for sumo wrestling. So moving on to yes, Japan's sumo wrestling. Um, the land of rising sun, Japan sumo wrestling tradition. Now, turning our attention to Japan, we witness the ancient sport of sumo wrestling, where tradition meets athleticism in a display of power and discipline. Sumo isn't just a sport in Japan, it's a reflection of honor, respect, and pursuit of excellence. That's what sumo means to them. Now, moving on to the next important segment of evaluations. Of course, the evaluator report is already done, Chitra's report for Saurabha. So, moving on to the next, which will be the timer report. For to present the timer report, I would like to call upon Mokshat to present the timer report for today. Over to you, Mokshat.
Just okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. So the time taken by Saurabha is 7 minutes 36 seconds. And should I go on?
Yeah. Speech, then evaluation, and then table talks.
Okay, sure. And the evaluator Chitra, so she has taken time around 2 minutes 42 seconds. And in table topics, Shwet has taken 2 minutes 12 seconds, and Prasang has taken 2 minutes 56 seconds. Myself I have taken around 1 minute 57 seconds. Saurabha 1 minute 58 seconds. Sumant 1 minute 56 seconds, and Sharath 1 minute 53 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you, Timer Mokshat, for the detailed timing report. Good to see that all the table topic speakers were within the time range. I think Saurabha, a few seconds here there that you can fine tune for the next time. Now moving on, I would like to invite Sumant for the R counter report. Over to you.
Thank you, Phil. I'll just share my screen. So hope it's visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, so Saurabha's speech was very good. She had she made it very humorous also. So I could see that she had used "are" for 2 times, and "so" 5 plus times, and 5 plus times. And coming to table topics, we had Shwet Tiwari who used 5 plus times as "are" and "a" 5 plus times, and 5 plus times, like 5 plus times. And Prasang used "are" 5 plus times, and 3 times, "so" 5 plus times. And Mokshat used "are" 5 plus times, and 3 times, "so" 3 times. Again, Saurabha used "are" 2 times, "so" thrice, and twice. Sumant, myself, I used "are" 5 plus times, and "so" and that those are the filler words I used. "So" 5 plus times again I used. And Sharath, I could not see any "r's" used or any filler words used. And coming to evaluated Chitra, she used "are" 2 times, "so" uh, 5 plus times, and 5 plus times, and I mean 3 times. So this is what I had noticed. Thank you, Sharath.
Thank you, Counter Sumant, for the detailed report and for sharing the screen. Now, moving on to the coming back to the theme that is the sports tapestry for today. Next, I would like to move on to USA, United States of America. Any guess on what's the most popular sport there?
Baseball and soccer.
Sorry?
Soccer and baseball.
Basketball. Somebody said basketball. Yes, basketball is a right answer. That's the most popular as per statistics. Of course, they do have rugby, NFLs, etc. But NBA is the most popular, which is the basketball in USA. From fields to courts, USA's love for basketball. Now let's shine spotlight on the USA, where basketball reigns supreme. From the hardwood courts of the NBA to the neighborhood playgrounds, basketball embodies the American spirit of determination, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Now, you might have heard about Michael Jordan. One of the interesting facts about the Michael Jordan is he is the first sporting personality in the history of humankind to be endorsed by a huge sporting company on a profit sharing basis. So you still till date you get Jordan Nike sponsored Jordans, Air Jordans, they call it Air Jordans. That's the first time any sports person is getting profit share sort of a contract from a famous company. Now there's a movie around it. I would definitely recommend. That was a nice movie. I don't remember the name of that movie though, but it talks about this. Now, yes, of course, basketball. And now let's quickly take some time to do the voting. Next important segment. I request all of you to submit your votes. Of course, you can feedback links will be shared later, but let's use this time for providing the votes. As we had only one speaker and one evaluator, will not be having for the speaker and evaluator. Please vote for the best role player, auxiliary role player, and the best table topic speaker for today. I am just gonna send it right now. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna paste it in the chat. Yes, I have pasted in the chat. Please do let me know if it is not accessible or if anybody have any issues in accessing this form. I am voting myself. Okay, I have submitted my votes. Meanwhile, others are submitting. Do you want to share any of your favorite sports or what is the you would like to play or you would like to follow? To quickly tell about mine, I would like to play cricket and table tennis and badminton. And as a sport, I follow Formula One, tennis, and cricket. But these days, cricket slightly lesser, probably only World Cups and Indian matches, etc. Uh, Anybody else want to share either or your opinion about today's session
Mm,
itself or about
I'd
your
love to say
sports?
about the one game which is getting popular a lot in India,
Hmm,
and that is
please.
chess. And recently, something big
Yes.
happened in
Yes.
chess. The
Yeah.
Pragnanda kind of he beat the Magnus Carlsen in the in a game, which is a kind of big moment for the India and for him also. Like, and he's being just I think he might be in class 10th or possibly less, 9th, and able to beat the world number one, right? I think it's a big moment, and I think even though it's a big moment, but not a lot of people are knowing about it and not celebrating. But yeah, I think it is getting popular a lot recently, and I do like to play chess.
Oh, nice. There is a chessboard in the Bangalore office also, sixth floor.
Yeah,
I
right. I
I
have
do
played couple of times.
see at times people playing there as well. Were everybody able to submit the votes?
Yes.
Thanks for sharing. Uh,
Before
any
moving to the
yes,
results
yes.
of that, I have a trivia for the audience. So, do you notice anything special in the poster? Anything in the background?
The France ka what is that? The Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, correct. So, I've added
Uh,
that because any guesses? We
the
had the
the next.
Summer Olympics happening in France this time in July and
Okay,
August. So I thought
right.
you're saying my interpretation was you're saying uniting the world through tapestry of sports, right? So I saw
Yes.
that this is a preparation session for the Olympics, and we're going to see a lot about Olympics because while we did skip one Olympics because of the Second World War, but we have been doing an unbroken chain of Olympics for hundreds of years, and then we make sure that people from all the countries get to play in Olympics, no matter whether their country is for or against the rest of the world. If I were to give an example of that, Russian athletes are banned from participate in Olympics under the flag of Russia, but they do participate under the name of Russian Olympics Committee (ROC). I think even this year they will be participating with the same name. That is because athletes should get a chance no matter what is going on with the world politics. And sports is one of the best ways to unite the world through. That is why I added the Paris in the poster. And I'd like to mention this thing about tapestry. Sharad. Tapestry is my favorite word. So in a Taylor Swift song, there is a line called "She patch up your tapestry that I shred." So that's how I know so much about that word. And that's a huge tradition of using Indian rugs as wall hangings in the Western countries as tapestry. So that is also something that I'm really interested in. So that's the word tapestry. Yeah, back to you, Sharad.
Thank you so much for sharing so much trivia about tapestry as well. Dan, as a TMOD, my topic, I have not shared so much trivia on tapestry. Thank you. Thanks for that. And then, yes, I was wondering that I saw Eiffel Tower on the poster. I was wondering, I'm not covering anything related to Paris or anything like that. I was thinking, should I include that France as well? But then I thought, okay, good that you brought that up, the reason for the Eiffel Tower being there. Okay, I have the voting results here, and at my defense, I am not so great at this SA work, which uh, Rajan used to do on the background. I am just trying my best. uh, the what am I going to do now is the certificates will be shared. I will just directly announce the names, okay, because I'm finding some trouble in updating it directly. So let me just check on who the winners are. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead with the most awaited one, that is table topics. Table topics looks like it is a tie between Saurabha and myself. So congrats Saurabha and Sharath on the table topics. Yeah, cheers to all the people who voted. And then coming to the auxiliary role taker, the winner is Sumant for the R counter. Congrats, Sumant, on the detailed R counter and being the auxiliary role player of the day. And the role player of the day, surprisingly, again goes to me as a TMOD. So, yeah, congrats to myself. And yeah, with that, I believe we can conclude. So, I just had a couple of things before we conclude. That is the last segment of today's sporting tapestry, crossing the finish line, global unity in sports. As we conclude our journey through the diverse landscapes of sports, let's remember that beyond borders and boundaries, sports have the power to unite us all. So let's continue to celebrate the universal language of sports and the bonds it creates among nations. So, with that, I think we are good to conclude. Any final words, any final remarks from anybody? Shwet, please,
Yeah.
all yours.
Uh, yeah. I would like to add that you said India's national sport hockey. Like just want to say that India doesn't have a national sport.
Oh, is it? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
and
correcting that.
also
Yeah.
one more thing. I was
Yeah.
too much Doraemon and Kitresu to believe that wrestling is more famous than baseball in Japan. Please let me know your source of information, please.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I no, no. Wrestling is what I told in Japan anyway. Sumo
Yeah,
wrestling,
yeah,
right?
sumo wrestling. Yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
think
s-
baseball is more famous. Like I also checked
in Japan.
websites.
Okay. Let's see. That's a interesting find. Thank you. Thanks for correcting. Yeah, I think then just like national language, we do not have a national game also.
Yeah.
Probably yes. I take that back then. Thank you for bringing that up. Any other final comments, suggestions? All right, then thanks again, everybody, for joining today's session. Thanks for making it such a wonderful success. So nice to see a lot of people joining in person. I would like to see this momentum continuing. We are going to have, we are planning for a icebreaker marathon for the next session that is planned for the last Thursday of this month. 30th, I believe, is the date. Let us try to all get together and, as a classroom session and support the first time speakers who are going to give their icebreakers. It's going to be a great experience for them if they get to present in front of a bigger crowd. So I would like to request everybody to please to attend that session on 30th in person. I myself will make sure that I am there in person for that. And thanks to all the role takers, thanks to all the guests who joined us, Shwet. Thanks for joining. And with that, and thanks table topic master Harshita for your support and the very interesting table topics. And thank you. I think we can conclude our session for today. Have a great rest of the day ahead, all of you. Thanks for joining. That's the end of today's session. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.